What a great, great player he is. Very, very underestimated, in my opinion, a lot of the time. So, got to have him as favourite here. But the Singaporean will have something to say about that, I'm sure. So, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see Kwang play. I haven't seen him before, so another new talent, maybe rising to the occasion.
Yeah, big country for Q Sports, Singapore, along with some other Southeast Asian countries as well, Malaysia. A few good players coming out from there as well. And of course, we've got Taiwan, China, the Philippines. Never write the Philippines off, Tim. We're going to see a few of them here this week, I'm sure. They're always there or thereabouts in these big, big tournaments. Look for a couple of them to go very, very deep. The referee just racking the balls. Interesting new rule this year, of course, is the fact that there's no early 10s, Tim. So there's no golden break. There's no early 10s. You can make the 10 earlier on as a combo, but it will be respotted. It's 10 ball, last ball.
Yeah, it definitely takes out all the luck in the game. I mean, obviously there's still some small luck to be happening during the game, but it doesn't really impact the outcome that much, I would say. So let's see. Chen will be breaking from the side rail. Yeah, quite a bit of cut on the break. Failed to make a ball. And first look at the table for David, who is most likely going to play for distance. Catching the right side of the 1, bringing the cue ball under the 9 and the 10. Now, everything does play very slidey. This is one of the first matches of today. Haven't had too many matches on this table yet, so the cloth will be very slippery, and usually it takes a little bit for the players to adjust to it.
Yeah, maybe more so, Tim, as well with, if I can call them, the lesser player that we don't normally see on the TV stage that very often. So maybe slight advantage to David Alcaide as well. He's used to playing in these slidey conditions. I would think that he would adapt quickest.
Yeah, obviously he has a lot of knowledge too. He knows how the balls are going to react, even though he might not be executing perfectly. He knows what's going to be happening to the cue ball. So in general, you would expect someone with more knowledge on that to adjust quicker.
Mentioned some big names already through this morning. Joshua Phillip, SVB, Carlo Biardo, Jason Shaw. Big names, Tim. Great to see, isn't it? To see them back on this Pro Billiards Series tour. Been missing for some time.
Yeah, I still think it's a great thing. We have so many great events all around the world, and players, they can pick their battles, not necessarily choosing or favoring anything. Just go with the flow, see whatever you like the most, and chase these events, for example. So kind of like that, the fact that everything is free and open now.
Yeah, big factor also here in Las Vegas over the next week or so. We have the teams, the mixed Scotch doubles, a new version of that, the turbo doubles, which is going to be very, very interesting with a 15-second shot clock. We've got the juniors, of course, in action here. And the women's 10-ball Las Vegas Open also. So there's plenty to play for here this week, and plenty of the old greenbacks to be had as well.
Now, Chen did not get on the 4. Did call the 10 ball just in case, but wouldn't really do him a favor if he had made the 10. As you can see, definitely played the 4 ball to a safe position. Would have liked a bit of cover though. There is a window between the orange 5 and the 7 ball, the brown 7. David could consider kicking at the 4, sending the 4 ball back down table. Could call the 4 on the right side pocket, and if you manage to get it past the side or in front of the side, it slides back down table. Well, chose to try and bank under the cluster. Might have left it on, Mark.
I think he has, Tim. It's just poked its nose out enough for the Singaporean to clip this in, I believe. There you see it on the camera. Perfect angle. Now, can he get into that 5 ball? Does he have to get into the 5 ball? Well, he would have liked to, Tim. He's going to scratch. So ball in hand will make it much easier now for David Alcaide.
Yeah, and definitely these early chances are going to settle down the player quite a bit. So in this case, pretty rough start for Chan. And ball in hand with 5 balls on the table and not that much traveling to do. It's a great chance for David to get a bit more feel for the slide under the little bit of pressure that's on there in the start of the match.
His best ever finish on the world stage in the World 9 ball was back in 2021 when he reached the semi-final. I was actually there, Tim, in Milton Keynes, the first tournament after the COVID epidemic. First time they let fans back in, that was. Albin Ocean going on to win it, of course, that year, beating Al Shaheen. And he's going to take this opening rack here, Tim, as well. So what's Tim Delaita been up to recently since I last heard you, Tim? I'm sure you've been here and there and around the world playing some pool. I think I saw you going to the Derby City. I remember seeing your new page, Tim Talks, Cues and Travels. Been following those. How was it at the Derby this year?
Well, I wish I could have played a bit better, but obviously you cannot always look at the result itself. But I'm just always happy to meet new people. It's a great place. There's so many fans, spectators, you know, lovers of the game. So it's always a fun time to go over there. I actually, on my YouTube, I shared a video on how to break the balls in one pocket, and I drew a player that seen that video right before the match and used it against me. I thought it was really funny.
Are you naming names or not?
Well, I would have to look that up.
Okay. Back to the serious business then of the Las Vegas Open. The Alcaide breaking off, winner breaks, of course. How's it looking, Tim, from a breaker's point of view?
Well, I think it's interesting how they are not really putting a lot of impact on the balls. It's a really controlled cut break they both have done in the first breaks. A little bit unfortunate for Chen not to be on the 1 ball with the 1 technically hanging over the corner. So push out called. And a new tactical battle to evolve.
So kicking 1 rail here.
Yeah, could possibly leave the cue ball behind the 9. Yeah, a little rub off the 6. It worked out very nicely. This looks like quite a trap. Might have to go over the left long rail mark and try and find the gap between the 6 and the 5, but it's such a small ball.
Ball in hand again for Alcaide. That's what gave him a chance in the opening rack. History repeating itself in the second rack, maybe. 7-time Mosconi Cup, 6-time winner. He knows how to play under pressure, Tim, this man. And it's fair to say he's really has been one of the great players on the Mosconi Cup of recent years.
Well, the one thing people don't realize when they watch David play is the fact that he plays real great defense. So in general, the safety play, the kicking, like he has a great touch also, speed-wise, so he has a lot of control in the match. And if you just look at him, you would say, well, he cues straight, what's so special about him? But I think that's what really makes him such a great player.
Yeah, and another quality, Tim, that he has, which all champions have, of course, is the fighting. You know, he's got a big heart, not afraid to fight, to dig in and grind when he has to as well.
Yeah, from personal experience, I definitely always had to play a very hard battle against him. Like he does not give up at all. Now, bit of traveling here from the 4 to the 5. And he's also starting to feel the slide mark.
Yeah, I was just going to say the referee's enjoying himself as well, smiling out there, which is always good to see. And we've got something a little bit different for you this time, guys. We've been doing a little bit of research on the referees, and we're going to be telling you a little bit about the person wearing the gloves as well, instead of just the players, so watch out for that over the next few days as well. And of course I'm back, Tim, with a lot of facts about Las Vegas, which you're going to have to endure over our time together. I'll let you off this first match, maybe in the second match I'll give you a couple.
Well, oh, that's a bit interesting, and not sure why he's, well, obviously he's missed the ball, so he's upset about it, but it really looked like something threw him off, or a bit of a surprising mistake. And just has to pick up the pieces here, Chan. This is a great chance for him to get a feel for the table again. It's always different when you're practicing on the table and then you start the match. You start to hit the ball a little bit firmer. You lose that touch. So these opportunities are always great to get going in the match.
Yeah, real chance for Chan after that mistake from David Alcaide. Never like to miss balls, these pros, but that looked glaringly simple. But as you said, Tim, maybe something just caught his eye, moved in the line of fire. And you see all the CSI seat covers. I remember, Tim, 6 years ago, I used to be the guy that used to put all those on at these events. And just a reminder, I mentioned earlier about all the different tournaments going on for the pros, that it is of course the big CSI Expo with thousands and thousands of curious in town, lots of league players from all around the world. This is their big time as well of the year. We're at the new home of the Westgate as well. Now we were at the Rio for years, but now we are at the Westgate. Never been myself, but it looks nice. And feeling nice will be Chan, who stole that rack, Tim, right at the end.
Well, he did put a lot more oomph in the break. He has made a ball, not sure.
Yeah.
He's
Don't know
made
what
a
David's
5-inch
doing.
corner. Yeah.
He's made a ball. David didn't see it. It's in the funny side of it. Keep your eyes open, David.
I can imagine him looking forward to this. Has the shape on the one. Definitely an opportunity for a break a run. Just needs to control the cue ball a bit. Did he draw enough? He didn't look too happy, so yeah, it's close. I would say from this angle it's alright. That means the rack is wide open for the taking.
We were just
No,
talking
has to
about
land a bit
Alcaide's-
straighter on the 4-ball.
Yeah, sorry, Tim. I was just going to say, I think we're going to see Alcaide's fighting qualities, Tim, very, very early in this match, because after that miss, if he does go on to lose this third rack, it might just play on his mind a little bit with that misplaced 6-ball that he missed in the last rack.
Well, did not land as straight on the 4 as he wanted to. So I had to move the cue ball a bit more from 4 to the 6, and now slightly longer 6-ball. Doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball, but still looks like he shakes a little bit on the shot. So definitely nerves in play, and he's missed that 6-ball, returning the favor to David.
Yeah, it's that 6-ball again. Same, oh no, not the same pocket, the opposite corner, wasn't it? Catching the 8-ball there, didn't want to do that. And now he's very awkward, Tim, on this 7, maybe just a safety shot here.
Yeah, there is a cut, but just the future, if you look at where the cue ball is going to run, makes no sense to go for it. Running up table, so I was trying to get either the 8 or the 9 in between. Yeah, he's also mumbling to himself a bit. Missing that 6. Now he's missed the shape from 6 to the 7. The safety shot, not the best speed he could have played, so definitely not up to par level, I would say.
Yeah, not punishing the mistake as well from Chan. It's always nice, Tim, isn't it? If you miss a ball and you leave it on and your opponent messes up in the next couple of shots, hasn't really punished him for it. It's a better shot there from Alcaide.
Yeah, you have to fade these kind of positions quite a bit when you play David. Like I mentioned, he plays good strategy and he has decent touch, at least on these shots too. So every time I played him, I was expecting to be hooked every time he played a safety like he did just now. So we'll have to kick this probably 2 rails, trying to slice it in. Oh, and look at this. And the shape on the 8. Beautiful shot from Chan.
Yeah, I think he held his hand up there, Tim. I think he was trying to come in behind it. Just his reaction to the ball going in. Can only blame himself, though, David Alcaide. Although, are we being just a little bit harsh on Alcaide? I'm wondering, Tim, you know. Just had another look at that 6-ball that he missed, and he might have had a skid on it. Just rewound it on my YouTube and had another look. Maybe we're doing him a disservice.
Yeah, so that means that David could have been 3-0 up. But if you look at this scoreline, things are going slightly towards the Singaporean. And he'll be breaking. Who knows what comes up next.
Breaking to get on the hill. Very, very short sets. Just races to 4. Best of 3 sets. And if we do go 3-3 in a deciding set, we will have one of those dreaded shootouts as well. There's Mighty Reparo in the front seat, just sending the text, maybe to a little daughter, maybe. He's made a ball again, Tim. Getting a little bit worried for Alcaide now, and he is on the 1 ball.
Yeah, and it appears to be quite in the open. I mean, of course, in 10 ball, there's a bit more traffic than in 9 ball usually after the break, so we'll have to maneuver the cue ball nicely. But not that many balls in the center of the table, so he does have all the space to move the cue ball around. Yeah, anything could work on this 3 ball. Obviously, he was trying to get a little bit of an angle to get to the right side of the 5. He will now have to run the cue ball forward. The only thing he's got to make sure is not to get straight on the 5 ball. That could be a bit annoying. Great view there, where you could see he lines up actually a little bit of right spin on the ball, but when he strikes the ball, it was perfectly in the center. Well on his way to get on the hill first.
Yeah, and certainly beginning to look the part as well, Tim. Looking very, very controlled and calm around the table. It looks like he's got all the shots.
Yeah, just wondering, some players or some viewers might have been watching that backhand. Yeah, he does shake quite a bit.
Wow.
But it's either he's very nervous and he's playing really well through that feeling, or it's his nervous system where it just always has been like this and then it doesn't matter that much. So it's either way. I guess we're not gonna find out which one of the two.
Oh, this has gone a little bit weird. Still expecting to make it, but just not where he wanted it, Tim. It's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, definitely could have played himself a bit straighter indeed on this stand. So this to get on the hill first for Chan.
Well, he may be shaking, but he's shaking up David Alcaide as well, making him pay for his mistakes. He has made a couple. Chan made that mistake which went unpunished. It's the Singaporean who's on the hill first. There's some stats for you guys provided by our pool stat guy. That's his name, the pool stat guy. Look forward to plenty of interesting stats throughout the week as well. We do get some private messages from him telling us some stats that you may not actually see on the grid there, Tim. Anything that jumping out at you though, Tim, early on?
Well, the interesting thing is the fact that Chan has 2 fouls already, but he's leading 3-1. So even though David did have ball in hand twice, he only has 1 game on the board. So we know how many opportunities he's had.
Tyler Steyer through 2-0, and it's good to see Darren Appleton back in play as well. He's up against Rodrigo Nocida. We'll let you know how that one's going later on, and he'll be playing a very, very special game of straight pull challenge match against John Schmidt. That's going to be live on Billiard TV for you guys at some point, and John Schmidt has actually joined the commentary team this week as well, so you'll be hearing him on commentary. Also, dry break Tim from the Singaporean. What's David Alcaide got?
Yeah, not as much. I kind of feel like he might have to bank the 1 ball to the left side of the 5-6, and then the cue ball to the right side of the 10. I think that's the only play he really has. Oh, nice cue ball. And also the fact that he's got the 1 just past the side makes it a lot more difficult to get to the 1 ball as well. So good shot from David.
Good time to mention the equipment we're playing on. This is the brand new Predator Arc table. We remember the Apex tables. Well, this is the replacement, or the latest model out. It's the Predator Arc. Fine looking table, Tim. And getting rave reviews as well from all the players. We've actually been using them for the Euro Tour for some time now. And incidentally, the Turkey Euro Tour starts the day that this finishes in Vegas. So you and I, Tim, are going to be very, very busy over the next 20 days or so.
Well, it's now time for David to get going. 1, 2, 3 and 4 shouldn't be a problem. Now to get from the 4 ball to the 5. That's where the speed control already comes in. And then also some traveling from the 9 to the 10. So a bit of traveling to do here and there, but it's a must run out. Any mistake could be fatal to lose this opening set.
As you say, quite a bit of travelling to do, Tim. I hope he's got his passport with him. Seems to have finished on this 5 very, very nicely though.
Yeah, might have gotten a bit straight on the 6. So I wouldn't be surprised if he stops the cue ball and takes a slightly longer 7 ball. Doesn't have to do too much on the 7 to get to the 8, so takes a bit of heat off that cue ball, but he chose to dig deep in that cue ball mark, and he has landed. He's crossing his positional area, and he's landed, well, probably on a bank.
Pretty much the same as he did in the second rack, Tim, when he left, when he played bad position from the 6 to the 7. Had to play safe. He's had to do the same again here. One rail escape. I think he'll just be playing this dead weight, Tim, won't he? Don't think he can get any separation. He's going to have to hit it too hard to do that. So maybe just dead weight, push the 7 onto the rail.
That's what he's played. did not catch the right line. Has left the 7 ball on. Now, it's not easy to aim this kind of shot, being so close with the cue ball to the 7. Easy to misjudge. So the alignment has to be perfect. Oh, and he's caught it.
It's not there.
Big.
You often see that when they're trying to avoid the point of the side pocket, they normally go wide on them, and that's exactly what Alcaide did there. He's actually been to Thailand a lot, Tim. KK Chan. Remember seeing him many times.
Well, the experience definitely shows, because it looks like we will see the Singaporean win the opening set. He's on the 10. And that is going to put a lot of pressure on David, because David will have to win the next 2. As you can see, David asking to go for a timeout, so we will be going for a short break, and then we'll be right back with the second set. You can see Keng Kwang has won the opening set against David Alcaide, and now David with a bit of a problem on his hands early on. The commentary booth, Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruiter, going over the action.
Yeah, put a bit more into that break there, Tim. If you're wondering why he broke there, it's break at the start of alternate sets. So KK Chan started breaking in the first one. David Alcaide will break first in the second, and it's winner breaks from here on in. And not a bad one, Tim, as well.
Yeah, just to get from the 2 to the 3 ball, quite a big stroke with low right spin. I'm not even sure if you can avoid the 10. Any contact with the 10 obviously ruins the run out for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays the overcut on the 2 ball and brings the cue ball back up table. He doesn't really look too enthusiastic to go aggressive.
His face says it all.
Well, and the 3 ball does go by the 7, but it looks like he's playing a safety on the 2 ball. He does have an open shot. Playing the safety behind the 6. He's played it really well.
It is. No, 2 ball, doesn't want the 2 to go. And it has. Wow. If ever David Alcaide wanted repayment for that bit of misfortune he just had making that ball, Tim. It's KK Chan's turn.
Oh, and that needs to slide
shot.
just in. He's coming up with the big shots. Needs another one on this 6 ball, but just leave yourself an angle on the 7. Don't get straight. Just still need to cross over from 7 to the 8, but first the 9 goes right in between.
Didn't really get enough right hand spin on the cue ball there. Wanted to come past the 9 ball. Ended up catching it. Maybe played it just a little bit tentatively. Inside spin on these new cloths, never easy.
Yeah, possibly David getting away with it in this rack. Depending on this outcome on the 7, he's kicking at it. Bottom right corner.
Interesting point here, although he's a left-hander, using the bridge with his right hand. Made a pretty good shot there, Tim.
Yeah, David trying to hit this thin, leaving it behind the 8. Not sure if he has enough cover. The only good news is when Chang places thin, the cue ball might run into the 10. Well, he has avoided both the side pocket and the 10 nicely. You cannot always play safe. At some point you gotta go to. Is he playing the straight back on the 7 ball?
He played a very famous full length of the table bank, didn't he, to win the Masters against Alex Kazakis. I wonder if he thinks of that shot, Tim, every time he's left a shot like this. I wonder if he gets a flashback. Didn't try it. Played a pretty good shot, has he? Or has he been unfortunate enough to leave enough of this 7 ball, Tim? I think he has. Not easy to get to the 8 though.
Yeah, that could be the only rescue for David on this. Well, Chan choosing to play the bigger cut on the 8. So another good shot needed. There certainly is a chance.
That hand still shaking. Must be just a natural thing, Tim, because it's not affecting his performance. Having won the first set, he's going to win the first rack of this second set. KK Chan is shaking, he's rocking and he's rolling. Good stuff. And Darren Appleton fans will be very pleased to know Darren's gone through via a forfeit, just celebrated his 50th birthday. He had to travel with a hangover from a big party that he held in his hometown just the night before he travelled. He's got another little time to recuperate, so Darren Appleton through to the next round. Latest scores, guys, schedule, all those good kind of things are available on the ProBilliardSeries.com website, along with all the prize money, and incidentally playing for $45,000 for the champion here. KK Chan breaking off with a slender lead in the second.
And this time has come up dry. Shape on the one ball for David. Now then, this is another one of those opportunities where he has a lot of space in the center of the table. So if he can maintain the angles enough, this should be a run out. We've already seen him struggle a bit, so he's also gonna feel the fact that his running game has not been as strong as it usually is.
Chance for Alcaide here to get the stroke going again. It's been a little bit stop-start for the Spaniard so far in this match. Had chances to go ahead and didn't take them. Should have been 3-0 up, as my colleague said. In the first set, ended up 2 down instead of 3 up. And hasn't really recovered from that moment.
Yeah, double speed on the 4, nicely done. The 4, 5 and the 6 were always going to lead to each other. Still needs a nifty positional shot on the 7. Falling straight on the 7 would be pretty nasty to get to the 8 ball. So I think he's gonna play this low left, running towards the 7. And that way he can also pick where he wants to land on the left long rail to make sure he has an angle on the 7. But looks like he's going forward, and then again going forward he's played a similar shot like this before, Mark, where he drew the ball earlier crossing his positional area and he did not get on the 7. Now he's played forward. Well, I wasn't expecting him to go forward.
I think that's lack of table time, Tim. Maybe just lacking a little bit of confidence as well, having lost that first set. Oh, and he's missed another 7 ball. It's not going well for the Spaniard right now. What a chance this is to double his lead in the second set. David in all sorts of trouble here, Tim.
Well, some traveling to do from this 8 to the 9. Probably will have to go 4 rails. Just gotta watch the cue ball. Might be close on the scratch. Might be close.
Wow, how expensive is that going to be? It's certainly going to cost him rack number 2. But how much more will it cost him? Alcaide will be breaking. Well, what a turnaround. This game of pool, I tell you. Frustrating at times. More often than not, actually. Looked for everything like he was going to be 2-0 up. The cue ball had other ideas.
Yeah, definitely something that could kickstart David's performance. If you look at his player overall performance, a 736 so far in this match from the Spaniard, and that's not something we get to see very often. Break success, pretty close to each other. Last time he broke the balls, I believe he made 2 and got shape. So definitely we'll have a good feeling about the break. We'll have the positive attitude needed. Nice spread of the balls again, making 2. No future this time though on the 1 ball mark.
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to whether you've got a shot after the break as well, having made a ball. At least he's got control of the table though, and now can start to build on that rack. David's just spotted something on the cue ball. A little bit of chalk maybe. A hair.
Well, gotta say, clever from him to do that right after the break. After the break you get 60 seconds of time. So he had plenty of time to get the cue ball clean and still play the safety. With the usual 30 seconds, we might get a bit short on time.
Just looked at a few of the scores, guys, and Roland Garcia still producing the goods. Had a really tough match, which could have been a real banana skin for him against Germany's Stefan Kasper, but he's come through that, the Filipino, in straight sets 2-0. And Kalgan Aderberg from Estonia, 2-0 winner. And Jovan Bustamonte keeping the name going. He's through by way of forfeit. And Ruslan Chinakov, you may have seen on this table earlier, losing out to Jason Shaw, 2-0.
Yeah, nice safety shot from David. No escape over the left side. As you can see, Chen will be going over the right side. Called the 7 in the side pocket though, which if you catch the left side of the 1, it's a pretty big ball. It's close. And his luck definitely in place. And you could see the disgusting face from David there. I know for a fact that that's not a disrespectful thing. That's more him just digging so deep, trying to still grind this match out, and obviously hoping for the best rolls he can get.
Almost perfect there as he snatches the chalk away. Maybe felt he could have just run a little bit more behind that 10 ball with a little bit of run of the ball. He might have done, but it's containing for the moment. Clever shot.
Yeah, he's hit it absolutely perfect. Now if the 1 ball stayed over the corner, this would be completely different. A way better opportunity. Now that little bit it moved over to the short rail. Quite a trap suddenly. And he's jumping this. And I don't really know what he would be jumping for. 5 seconds left. Probably just the distance. But the shot is on for Chen Mark. And if he can bump the 10, we would say he's always on something on the 2.
Yeah, if you make the 1 ball there, you don't get that same contact on the 10, so Got to say, it's a mistake there from Chan. Two, I think, does pass the 10, Tim, into the corner.
Yeah, definitely would prefer. Yeah, he's called the 2 ball. Definitely would prefer to slide the 2 to the bottom left. To play the 2 ball in the same corner as the 1 ball would have been quite the challenge already, positional wise. So now low left spin, 2 rails back to the center of the table.
Purple 4 already down, so orange 5 is the next target. Got to be a little bit careful on this 6 ball. Centre table again.
Yeah, then again, looks like he's not happy, was trying to be possibly a bit straighter on the 6. Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball.
This is more like the David Alcaide that we're used to seeing. Won the Philippine Open at the end of last year, and also the Mosconi Cup. It was that win in the Philippines that got him into the Mosconi Cup, beating Arseny Sistainov in the final after beating Jason Shaw, who missed that unbelievable 9 down the rail to gift the match to the finish. A little bit snatchy there, Tim, a little bit quick on the forward stroke.
Yeah, might have to bank this. Or would you prefer the cut? I think he's quite straight on the bank. Looks like he's called it, so straight back.
Nowhere near.
I mean, he's just not stringing the racks together as we usually get to see from him.
It's always been a mistake, hasn't it, positional wise in the latter stages of the racks, which cost him. Oh, this is close. This is very close. What a shot from KK Chan. Once again, moves ahead in this match, 2-1 in this second set. If you're David Alcaide, Tim, I think you're starting to get a little bit worried, aren't you? Not with just the way your opponent's playing, but the way he's playing himself, the chances that he's squandering.
Yeah, you would definitely expect a closer match between the 2 of these players. This way it's starting to look like, well, I'm not going to say David has no chance, but if he's not going to grab the opportunities that he is getting, this is now the 3rd time, I believe, that he had ball in hand and did not run out. That is a really, really interesting stat.
Definitely not the form you're looking for to go deep in a tournament like this, which is absolutely stacked with talent and experience, but he's running out of time. And his opponent continuing to make balls, and he's going to have a shot on the 1 ball here, Tim, as well.
Yeah, things can go real quick. Just like that. And if he plays a good shot here on the 1, stun right spin, long rail, top short rail, and back out to the center of the table.
Watch out, 9 ball. It's okay.
Well, does the 2 ball go by the 7? If it does, and he can still drag the cue ball 1 rail towards the 4. This table sets up for the double hill.
No man's land. Has got it to the top right. Nothing to do.
I kind of feel like you have to shoot, Mark. Like you can play pocket speed. The pockets will grab quite a bit, and you make it. The 5 is over the corner.
Big shot in the match, this. Don't think he's going for it, Tim. He's playing safe. If he gets the hook, okay, it's a good shot. And it is a good shot, appreciated by David Alcaide as well.
Well, I like the way Chance played it. It was trying to leave the 4 behind the 8. So even if the cue ball ran a bit short, he would have gotten some cover on the 4 ball. Played a great speed to also get it behind the 9. David needs a bit of a roll. And another chance for Chan. This definitely goes to the center. Don't think it does go to the corner, but then again, as you mentioned, not too much to do with the cue ball.
He's got another roll. He's got another roll. Okay, he hasn't got the hook. He's got the purple 4 safe. There is a bank opportunity on here to the top right. Safety also. What do you do here, Tim? What's the play?
Well, he's missed the bank like that before. So I'm surprised to see him going again. Could have played the carom on the 5.
It's wide.
He's played a bit of a two-way there.
Oh, what a shot. What a brilliant attempt that was. Caught it absolutely perfect. What a kick, Tim.
Yeah, he's hit it really well. Now, David is a bit disappointed about the 4 ball just not leaking enough, like, away from the 10. But that was super close to go for Chan.
I think David can count himself fortunate that that 4 didn't drop, because it was very, very close indeed, and he had called it. And he would have had a shot on the 5 a rail first. Oh, he's caught the 10 first. What's going on, Tim?
Well, who knows what happened over Christmas, but his queuing, I mean, it's just not the queuing that we are used to see from David. And I know for a fact as a player you start to think all types of things. What's wrong with my stroke? Am I doing something different in the stance? Am I not aligning right? So many things that will go through his head. And we both know how strong the mind can be. All the doubt that creeps in. It's not gonna help David much more.
Sometimes you feel like a beginner out there. Look at this cue ball. Well, didn't want to be anywhere near that, and David looks away once again. Must be wondering what's going on here. But he is going to be 3-1 down, which means KK Chan is on the hill, the double hill. Cue ball a little bit short though. Still hope for Alcaide here. It's going to be distance from the 9. There you see the tip of the cue waggling around, shaking. It must be part of his game, Tim, because he wouldn't be nervous now. It's probably just a nervous twitch that he's had.
Well, I think it's great to see how nicely he's striking the ball, even though he's shaking like a leaf. This 10 to get on the double hill, and David Alcaide is in big trouble right now.
Albin Ocean is in action. He's won the first set against Mohamed Gohar from the United States, and he's 2-1 up also in the second set. Roberto Gomez, Superman, absolutely flying, has won his match against Timothy Fowler in straight sets 2-0. And Britain's Benji Buckley has lost in straight sets to Lee Van Corteza. The Slayer doing what the Slayer does, slaying people. Back to KK Chan. He's pretty much doing the same to David Alcaide at the moment. Dry break.
Yeah, it's another opportunity for the Spaniard. This time, I'm not sure if he can actually get on the 2-ball. Might be a very small window between the 7-9, and as you can see, might even have to play in between the 5 and the 6 to have something on the 2-ball, the blue 2.
That's not going to work.
Yeah, try to get close. And that little bump is just putting him in awkward spots. Just trying to make some magic happen, bottom left. And look at this. On a platter. The chance for Chan to close it out.
Yeah, work to get on the 3 though, Tim, hasn't he? Between the 7-9, I'm guessing.
Yeah, not too sure how much the table actually grabs. Could have maybe played with top left. Now, did he run far enough to where he's not queuing over the 9? It's always ugly queuing. Yeah,
No.
he's missed the 3-ball.
Oh, look at the 10-8 though, Tim. Look at the 10-8. He may have had a little bit of a roll here. A little bit of a saver for later on. First thing that David looks at, does that 8-ball past the 10? Looks like it might.
Yeah, he did not look too worried about the 8, and from this point indeed looks like it does go. So he's letting El Matador off the hook a bit. Also quite a fast player in general, Alcaide, so maybe he's just been struggling as he's been trying to take too much time. You can feel that he's trying to speed up a bit, create some kind of rhythm.
This time gets perfect on the 7.
Yeah, I was just going to add, indeed, inch perfect draw on the 7. And still you can see some doubt. I mean, I would definitely say it goes. But the fact that he double checked it makes it a lot scarier.
One match point saved by the looks of it with this 9 and the 10. Catastrophe avoided, Tim, momentarily at least.
Yeah, Chen did have his chance to close it out, but instead it's Alcaide, well, as you said, surviving the scare for now. We'll need a good break to possibly get this a hill set. The only thing Chen can do is stay patient, just play as he did, focus on the next opportunity.
Wojtek Szewczak going very, very well. He won the first set and he's 3-0 up on the hill in the second against John Tumala from the United States. Plenty more action to come for you today, of course. We haven't been given the match on this table next. It will be Tim DeLater and myself, Mark White, with you once again, taking you through the action. Reigning champion will be in action, and actually I've just seen that is going to be our next match. Dennis Grabet will be up against Ko Tae-young from South Korea, Tim. So we will be seeing the defending champion who beat Joshua Filler here last year to take the Las Vegas Open title.
Yeah, couldn't really do much more with the cue ball there. Knew that he just had to make the 1 to be able to play a solid safety on the 2. And as he pushed the 4 and the 9 as a cluster as well, that would make 2 clusters on this table.
See a few of you asking about the schedule, guys. It's all available for you on ProBilliardsSeries.com. Everything you need to know is on there, as well as upcoming events as well. 4 new events added by Predator this year. Busy times for Paul. Good shot, Tim, there.
Yeah, let's see if David is going to play for distance. He wasn't going for an open shot on the 2, was going for a safety, long distance. The leave might be okay enough with the cue ball on the rail. We'll have to leave the cue ball right in between the 6 and the 8. Or at least a path in between the 6 and the 8. And then we are going to find out if the 4 ball goes by the 9, and if it does, Chen will be shooting for the
risky, nicely.
Risky line to play with the cue ball tracking towards the corner, but then again he seems to feel the pace of the table. Now it's actually a lot of get the cue ball back to the center of the table, or at least near the center of the table, and you should be fine on the 8, or on the 7, on the 8, the 9 and the 10. Get that cue ball to the center of the table. Perfect, left himself a nice little angle to go 1 rail towards the 8.
Well, it will be a big feather in the cap of KK Chan if he can take the scalp of El Matador. Hasn't looked at ease at all throughout this match, David Alcaide. We're used to seeing a lot higher standard from the Spaniard. Those 3 mistakes, Tim, which you talked about earlier on from Alcaide, look like the ones that are going to cost him this match. Just 2 balls away now.
Oh, he jumped up a lot there. Another lifeline for El Matador. Guided back at the table. He is gutted right now. He's missed 2 opportunities to close it out. He might go all the way now suddenly.
Brink of defeat. Unbelievable from KK Chan there. A mistake. Will it be very, very expensive? It's cost him that 1 rack. Is it going to cost him the set? We're yet to find out.
Well, now, then again, look at the fouls. Keng Kwang Chen has made 5 fouls in 2 sets time, and yet still had the opportunity to just close out the match. That's showing how much David is struggling at the moment.
Yeah, another one I noticed there, Tim, as well. The safety efficiency, 100% from KK Chan, down in the 65, 63% for David Alcaide. Not what we're used to seeing from him. You mentioned his great safety game and experience early on in this match, but it hasn't been there today for him. But still, he finds himself at 3-3, still alive in this second set, but has set down.
Well, I gotta say, he looks a little bit distracted though. Like he's looking at the crowd quite a bit and he's laughing and smiling, and surely he's not laughing because of his performance. So that means that, well, either something very funny is happening or he's laughing out of disgust. This is an interesting push out. This is a long ball to take on. He has given it back. So what did Chen play for? Chen pushed to go aggressive on this one. That was a super difficult shot to play.
David blowing out the cheeks, maybe feels he deserved to be on something a little bit easier than this. I think he was kind of ruining the cue ball where it ended up. Into 10 seconds. 5. In the end, a straightforward little hook on the 1. 2 real chances, gone for the short stick.
A lot of people probably are wondering why he did not just pocket the 1 into the corner. With that cue ball so close to the side pocket point, he just instantly felt awkward. Now, of course, to run out this rack cluster with the 4, 8 and the 10, and also the 7 laying pretty close to the 3 ball, so quite the hinder possible there. Yeah, he's just not going to take his chances. He's gonna say, I'm gonna play safe as just till I get something what I should be running out, until I have at least the opportunity to run out in a normal way, because this is way too messy to go aggressive.
Oh dear. He's got away with it, I think, Tim.
Yeah, but yes and no. He's kicked at it quite soft, so he was definitely trying to catch the ball like this. Just the bump into the 7 ball worked out absolutely perfect, but Chen is kicking really well. He's hanging in there with the safety game, the tactical battle, and well, we've now got a cluster with the 2-6. The 3 ball is open, and a cluster with the 4 and the 10, so quite the mess still.
Well, it's a chance, Tim, albeit not an easy one. Can he get past the side pocket and get to that 2 somehow into the bottom corner? And then it could all open up. 3 available after the 2. Well, could have been a little bit worse. Does it pass the 8?
Yeah, I do think it goes by the 8,
It does.
but it's awkward queuing over the 6.
These are the half chances, though, he's got to take. He's not going for it. He's not even going for it. I'm surprised at that.
Now the risk is if Chen can get from the 3 ball to the left side of the 4, I mean, it's one really good positional shot you have to play, but if you get there, you can bump the 8 and the 10. And then possibly you could still run out for the win. It's very aggressive though, it's not easy by any means.
Wow, that's a beard look. If I had a beard, that's the kind of beard I'd have. I've left it a bit late in life though, Tim, now I think I haven't got time to grow one that long. Needs this to run. It's not going to.
Well, the other strategy is to play the safety. I mean, maybe he wasn't even trying to play to the left side of the 4. Maybe he was just going to roll up on the 8 and the 10. Did run a bit in between. Would like to play maybe the 4 into the 8. And the cue ball under the 10. He went for more distance and is not going to be happy with the leave on this.
This time, a nice little bump for the Spaniard.
Yeah, that bump on the 7 worked out very nicely, and if Chen does not manage to hit the 4 ball 3 rails, a very easy second safety on the 4 ball can be played. Oh, good hit. Hit full in the face.
Just a reminder, we are playing 3-foul rule, and that would have been one of those situations, wouldn't it, Tim? Had KK Chan not have made contact with the 4, it would have been a good opportunity for David Alcaide to get a really good second foul in and put a bit of pressure. Oh, this is risky. He needs to get this dead right, and he does.
Well, this is more like the David Alcaide, which I know. Great pace on that cue ball.
Still not happy though. He wants to be potting balls, attacking and getting this second set on the scoreboard. He won't want to go via the one lost side. It's a long way round the scenic route. Good effort.
He looked a little bit funny at it. I would say this is almost straight combination on the 7. And the 4 probably will go by the 5 after. But maybe it's the reach where he thought he didn't like it as much. Now the opportunity to get that second set on the board. Needs a very fine positional shot though from the 5 to the 6. Probably running 2 rails around the 6 ball, I'm assuming. And even that bump onto the 8 moved it in a very nice position.
KK Chan had 2 chances in that last rack to win it, notably the 9 ball, which he missed. And David Alcaide doesn't need asking twice. He's going to clear these up now, take this second set, and he'll be feeling a very, very relieved man as he goes in to a third and deciding set. Will be KK Chan breaking whatever happens in this rack. Two balls away from 1-1, and remember, Tim, still the possibility of that shootout if we go to 3-3 in the decider.
And there it is, so we will have the deciding set. Let's see if any of the players want to take a break, or they might stay in the arena, why not? Chan from Singapore and Alcaide from Spain. We're tied at 1 in sets. Deciding set will be starting off right now with the option of having a possible shootout if we tie at 3 each. Mark White and Tim de Ruiter in the booth. Let's see if Chan can recover from not closing out the match twice.
Yeah, I think this is a real pivotal rack, this, in the whole grand scheme of this match. I have Alcaide's slight favourite after that terrible 9 ball from Chan when he had the chance to win the match. Just wondering, can he put that to the back of his mind? Well, this is exactly what he needed, Tim. A nice early chance, and he's got it. Can he take it?
Well, another good stroke on the 3 ball. Prime shape on the 4. Just would like to have a little angle on the 6 to the side to drop back up again for the 7 in the other center. But he has chosen to not do that. So we'll have to move the cue ball a bit more.
Well, that's unforgivable. Just took his eye off the ball. Was following the white with his eyes, I think, showed in the action. And what a chance this is. I said it was a pivotal rack. And if Alcaide can steal this one, I wouldn't be surprised if he ran this set out 4-0, Tim, to be honest.
Yeah, these opportunities.
So much confidence.
Yeah, it gives a player that much confidence indeed. I agree completely.
Spring in his step now. Alcaide, prime position. This is what class players do. They smell blood, they attack.
El Matador
So-
definitely looking more ready for this deciding set.
It was a poor shot, Tim, on the 6 ball. That 6 ball has been quite the nemesis to both players throughout this match at some point. And that time it was certainly KK Chan's nemesis. Straightforward 6 in the side. Was thinking too much about the positional side of the shot. Ended up playing across the 6 and missing it. It's a nice hat he's got on there, look. Very colourful gentleman. Just a reminder, after this match, Dennis Grabet will be in action against the Korean Ko Tao-young. That's coming up very soon after this match reaches its conclusion. Nothing doing there, Tim.
Yeah, has not left something on the 1 ball though, so that's a bit of good news for David. Let's see. Chen could potentially play a push out and put some balls together, lock the game up. Is he going to put the 4 in a more difficult position? Maybe just by the side pocket? No. Cannot imagine David giving this back. Could definitely roll the cue ball up on the 9. He's sending the 1 ball towards, I do believe it's the 6 or the 2. It's a bit in between, so I think it's quite a free shot to play. Yeah, I cannot imagine Chen pushing to that position with knowing that David will have that kind of shot. It's quite high percentage, and will have to kick this 2 rails. No, he did go 1 rail, and just not as much separation on the balls. Kicking at 1 rail compared to the 2 rails. And you kind of feel like David is starting to gain more control over the whole match, over the rack itself. And of course, when I say something like that, it's left the 1 ball over the corner.
Complete mishit there, wasn't it, from David? He'd love that one again. I thought it was a friendly bump. It's okay.
Well, it's friendly enough indeed to have the shape on the 2 ball. That 5 ball has been pushed into a very difficult position to get on, as it doesn't go to the bottom left. He's now also hooked himself on the 3 ball. Are we going airborne?
Indeed we are. I do believe that's the Ko jump stick. And what a week they had last week, Tim. The Ko brothers in the Do Your 9 ball, finishing 1st and 2nd. A real achievement there. A nice payday for both of them.
Yeah, I don't think how much people understand how difficult it is. Yeah, for them it can be to play American pool and Chinese pool, switching from tables back and forth. Such a special achievement to be able to win in different disciplines.
He needs to hurry here. 3 seconds. Yeah, in the end, rushed it and left a chance for KK.
Yeah, still, this is key shot, and then also the 7 ball not laying in pool player's favorite position. They get very nicely onto the short side of the 5 ball. Very good shot.
He can just draw straight back, can't he? Off the route, back across the face of the 6. To play into the left-hand corner. Our next match will be delayed slightly. It will follow this match. Ko Tao Young against Dennis Grabet. Tim De Ruyter and myself, Mark White, will be on the mics for you for that one as well. Looking forward, Tim, to seeing the reigning champion back at the table. He's just left Thailand actually a few days ago. He's been here for about a month.
Oh, that cue was not going to make it. Yeah, definitely interesting.
Tough.
I think a lot of players chose to take a much longer break with the Christmas season and New Year's to start to play their first event in February. It's quite the break. Oh no, a lot of body there on the 7 ball.
Yeah, I don't think Derby City was quite as hectic and crazy. Didn't attract all of the big names this time, as you said, players deciding to take some time off. Maybe thought he got a big bounce there, Tim, did he? Or just mishit it?
Well, he is now very close to the rail and he needs to hold the cue ball actually to the short side of the 9. We might see him play another safety on that 9 ball.
Or the bank. Or the top corner. Where's he going? Just a safety.
Safety. Yeah, and exactly this is what usually wins him a lot of matches. Possibly this one as well, but well, I'm not gonna say it too early. This can still go either way.
Yeah, I'm getting my time zones mixed up here, guys. It will be in an hour. The game that's scheduled for Dennis Grabet, the reigning champion. I'm actually myself in Thailand. Tim De Ruyter is in his native Netherlands. So excuse me if I do get the times mixed up. Every now and then it's 15 hours for me from where I am to Vegas. But Alcaide, Tim, is starting to get a stranglehold on this third and deciding set. This 10 for 2-0.
Yeah, it was a difficult position to be in for Chen. But safe on the 9. It was nicely played by Alcaide, and slowly you can feel the momentum indeed going for the Spaniard.
I thought that was Diana Ross for a second in the audience there, Tim.
Oh, nothing going on the break, and he's left that shot on the 1 ball again. Chen desperately will want to run out from this position. Kind of feel like he has to.
Yeah, big pressure on him now. He knows he's staring 3-0 in the face if he doesn't take this opportunity. So every ball, the pressure will mount. Never gets easier, does it, Tim? The more you pot. It's not like snooker where you're building up a big break all the time. Every ball you make is taking you further away from your opponent. It's kind of the opposite here.
Yeah, landed very funny on the 2 ball. Was not able to slice it into the corner or the side, and played a good safety. Won't be impossible for David to hit. He's looking for the traffic 5, 6, 7, 10 to land behind.
The amount of right hand spin he put on the cue ball there. Hasn't done him any good though, Tim. Just a safety on the 3.
And he's not going to be happy with this. The cue ball sliding by the 9. And the roll up on the 4 ball for David. The only thing though is he's got to make sure that that 3 ball hits the rail. You have to hit the rail after contacting the ball, if you're not pocketing the ball at least.
If he does go on to win this match, I don't think he'll be feeling great, David Alcaide. I think he'll be feeling relieved, if anything, to get through this one. Certainly in control of this 3rd and deciding set. Would love to get to 3, and here's a good chance for him to do just that. He's guaranteed at least a shootout if he can get to 3-0, but he won't want anything to do with the shootout. He'll want to get this over and done with and get over the line. Something that his opponent failed to do in the last set, which is why we went to this decider. It's a little bit thin, Tim.
Yeah, won't be able to do too much with the cue ball if he manages to make this. Was able to just slide the cue ball out enough to not run into the 6 ball. Probably the most he could have done, and worked out great to be on the 4. Now he needs just the right amount of draw to be on the above side of the 6. Needs the angle to drop back down below for the 7. That will do. And again, we'll have to draw away from the 10. Yeah. Looks like Alcaide now going 2 rails towards the 8. Will be most likely the one on the ultimate hill, at least guaranteeing himself the shootout and possibly the early win. Not what we were expecting in the middle of that second set.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how KK Chan will feel after this one if he does go on to lose it. I mean, he's played well in places. He hasn't played great. I think it was more Alcaide's poor play, shall we say, that got him that lead. Because they both missed chances early on. But Alcaide's certainly looking stronger towards the end of this match, Tim. And this will indeed put him on the match hill. It's a long, long way back for KK Chan from this position now. Good to see the crowds in on day one. Of course, there's plenty of spectators on site. Lots of league players here playing the BCA, CSI leagues. It's their finals as well. I believe there's around about 8,000 players there in the Westgate, somewhere near 500 tables, plus these 9-foot arc tables that the pros are playing on as well.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures come by. Look at the venue, looking beautiful. Heard actually a lot of people were very happy with moving to the Westgate. Not sure if Mark has ever been there, but kind of got me curious in going back to Vegas again.
Yeah, I've never been to the Westgate. I've seen it, but never actually been in there. I was really hoping to be there, but we're remote. So we can only imagine, Tim, what it's like there. See the pictures and listen to our colleagues, Eric Hallefson, John Schmidt and George Teachea, who actually are on site there. I'm a little bit jealous, if I'm honest, Tim, aren't you?
Yes, I agree completely. I wish I was there. Bit of a two-way. A good cue ball, but also if the 1 ball dropped, look at the position on the 2. Yeah, a bit of a funny position. That's why he's looking to push the 4 and the 5 together, take the intentional fall. Could go one rail over the left long rail with the left spin. The problem is, in case you make the 1, you hook yourself even worse on the 2 ball.
Very, very close to a foul there. Yeah, well, maybe, well, it was a foul anyway, so it didn't really matter, did it? He was playing intentional foul, but a shot clock foul as well. It's a double-double. Does that mean he gets 2 shots, Tim?
No, he won't be able to play twice with the cue ball. We actually do have bar rules where people actually believe that if the cue ball scratches, that you can actually play twice. But yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we used to play that in my local pub on 8 ball when we used to play. It used to be 2 shots carry, which was an absolutely ridiculous rule, as we see KK Chan there trying to open up the 4 and the 5, which would have left him on the 3 ball. Unfortunately, he's lost the cue ball now, and he's actually hooked himself, Tim, on the 3. So it's all gone wrong for the Singaporean.
Well, at least the 3 ball is now away from the 4 and the 5, so it won't be easy for David to pocket the 3 ball and develop the 4-5 in any way. You might have to play thin on the 3 ball, bring the cue ball near the 4-5. I think that would be my play. Thin over the right side. That, or maybe banking the 3 ball towards the 9. Jacking the cue and leaving the cue ball under the 6-7 in this view.
3 ball corner pocket.
Deciding to pot the 3 and play the safe on the 4. That, of course, was another option. Now, can he get that cue ball right in behind the 7 or the 10?
Well, the answer is yes. Just looking at kicking in between the 7 and the 10, but I do like the jump cue. With a full hit on the 4, can bring the 4 ball down table. You kind of increase your luck for trying to get it under the 6, 7, 10, for example. And yet he's still very invested. I kind of like going 2 rails. If he can kick enough of that, sending the 4 down, and possibly the cue ball stays with the 5. Oh, he did it soft. And he's missed the 4, and look at this mark. Ball in hand. And everything now in the open. This is to close it out in the opening match for Alcaide.
Yeah, this is when the big players show their skills. Given the opportunity to close out the match, they invariably do. That's what separates the elite from, well, the not so elite, shall we say. KK Chan had an excellent opportunity, but he missed the 9 ball in set number 2 to win the match. Well, he's laughing, but he's not very happy with the way he's played the cue ball there. Luckily, nothing to do with the cue ball. Just drop this in dead weight. He'll be on the 6, but has made position to the 7 a little bit awkward, Tim. He's got to get right on this 6, hasn't he?
Yeah, just a little angle from the 6 to the 7 needed. Too much actually would work against him. And I would say he's kind of straight and the 7 doesn't go to the bottom right.
He's just got to draw back, hasn't he, and leave himself a little bit further away from the 7 ball. And that, of course, brings the 10 into play when he plays a 7. Oh,
And he's
well,
missed
well,
the 6,
well.
and look at this 4 roll.
Well. KK Chan's turn to shake his head. Can't believe that. Alcaide can't believe he's missed it. Went right across it then. And that was all because of the sloppy shot he played to get on the 5. Oh, great jump. Okay, didn't control the cue ball. But it's got him the next shot at the table, Tim.
Yeah, trying for distance. Did he get behind the 8? Yes, he did. Unbelievable. Can you imagine if Chan turns around this set and brings this to a shootout? It will be difficult to pick a winner.
Yeah, both players making this very hard work, aren't they? Did he call the side? Did he call the side? No, he didn't. Well, look at this. Dead straight in on the 8 ball. There's a lot of blue cloth, though, between the cue ball and the 8 ball. And also from the 8 ball to the pocket. This is super tough. These are the shots you practice. Well, got away with it.
Yeah, sometimes the matches, they just start to go funny, don't they? I mean, sometimes doesn't matter who misses the ball. The leaves are horrendous. This is one of those.
Well, that's a great shot to play under pressure. Takes a lot of nerve to play them, doesn't it, Tim? Played it well.
Yeah, cue ball
Fabulous.
so close to the rail. Puts a lot of pressure on Chan.
Yeah, fabulous cue ball there. Send the 8 down by the 9, maybe, as this play. He's played it well, Tim. Wants it to hold up. It's pretty good. He's decided he's going for this.
Yeah, make one difficult shot. Should always have something on the 9. And he's missed that quite a bit. And the leave once again is not that great for Chan. Might have to push the 8 to the right side of the 9, the opposite sides. Safety.
Well, definitely have a go at this, won't he?
He's made this long one. Is he going to land on the 9? I think, yes, he is on that 9. Can he avoid running into the 10, or will he have to leave himself very long on the 10 ball? I might play to actually run into the 10 softly.
Yeah, take your chances. Oh, well, you'd loved if that had gone in, because it would have been respotted and he would have been dead straight in on it, but still has a reasonable shot at this, Tim. It's been a long, hard match for Alcaide.
And there goes the 10, so it is David Alcaide advancing through to the winner's bracket. Chen will have to go all the way through the loser bracket, which is quite the long road. So Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruiter, we will be signing off for now. But our next match will be in 40 minutes between Taeyong Ko from Korea and Dennis Grabe from Estonia, our defending champion. So hopefully we will see you back in 40 minutes.